I have people ask me all the time, Carl, what's the goal? What's the goal? What are you working towards? And I know a lot of people who don't set goals. And my first question is, if you don't set a goal, how do you know when to be happy? When do you celebrate? When do you have a party? So I have an easy example of how to set a goal, and it doesn't have to be a business goal. It can be a family goal or however you want to use it. But it's an easy way to put it down and to put an actual goal down on paper. So there's actually three. Almost everything I talk about has 3 bullet points. So you're going to see these again. It's B, C, and D, and it divides up your goals and your goal setting into 3 separate sections. I didn't think this up. It's not mine, and I learned a lot of this stuff in the business world from my dad, and I don't believe it's his either. It came, and so I don't know who gets the credit for this, but if there's some infringement problems, I'm going to have to contact my attorney. So in this case, B, basic. These are basic goals. Lots of people don't ever put a pencil to it, and they don't know what their monthly expenses are. Have you ever added it up? Have you ever put, here's mortgage, here's cars, here's insurances, here's groceries, most people have not done that, but you need to know how much you need to bring into the household in order to cover those basic expenses. That's the first part. In the old salespeople, we used to call it covering your nut. How much you have to make to cover your nut? That's your expenses. How much you have to do to meet payroll? How much money do you need to bring in? That's the basics. So that's the B. So the second part would be a comfort goal. Now, once you reach this point, you know what your basic goal is. You've paid your bills. You've paid your bills, all your creditors are happy, you got a nice credit score now, you have a few extra bucks. You buy a new car, not a new used car. You take the kids to Disney World for a vacation. You might drive there, but at least you're comfortable enough to be able to take them on vacation. But there's a little cushion. What they joke about is too much month at the end of the money. Well, you've been able in the comfort and have been able to swap that. There's still jingle left at the end, so you've met that comfort goal. That's comfort. Basic comfort goal. The last one, my favorite, dream goal. You gotta have a dream goal. This one is what keeps me going on a daily basis. When I've got a dream goal, all the little things that I have to do during the course of the day seem very, very minor, as long as I can keep that dream goal intact. I've had people tell me their goal was to buy a yacht. I've had people say they wanted to have their own island. I've had people say, this is a unique one too, I've had people tell me that they wanted peace. There's one you can think about for a minute. But financial security and having their life simplified and having all their ducks in a row would provide that peace. But whatever that goal is, that dream goal at the end, that's the shot. That's the one you keep out. Maybe, and it may be something as monetary or as material as, the new Bentley or the new Ferrari or something. It may be that. But if that's your dream goal and that's what drives you, you have to put it down. Now, basic, comfort, dream goals. Very basic, 3. Now, here's the true test. Here's what makes it work. You have to share it with somebody. There has to be some accountability. Because if I write all 3 of these out and I don't share it with anybody, then I'm not held accountable in any way, shape, or form. What am I going to do to get there? So if my plan to get there is to buy a lottery ticket and hit the lottery, well, it's not a very good plan. But if I tell my spouse that I'm going to hit these goals and here's what I'm going to do, well, now you've got teamwork. So Napoleon Hill talks about speaking it into existence. One of the things that happens is that when you actually set that goal and you share it with someone, there is a magic that happens at that too. All of a sudden, things align where not only are you headed in the right direction, but people will assist you in hitting your goal. Share it with somebody. I'll give another easy example on that one too. Let's say I want to lose 20 pounds before the end of the year. So, and that's my goal, and I'm going to work damn hard at it. I'm going to lose 20 pounds. However, I don't share it with anybody. So nobody holds me accountable. Well, on December 31st, if I've lost the weight or not, really nobody knows. So there has to be a level of accountability. So spend a few minutes. This is good time with your spouse or significant other, your parent, or there's somebody in your life that can hold you accountable. Spend that time with them and put those goals together. Basic goal, basic expenses. Comfort goal, you've got your expenses covered plus a jingle. Dream goal, that's what I want most in this life. Those three will set you up. And then when someone asks you, say, what's the goal? You'll have an answer for them. Thanks.